The word D-Day is military jargon. It doesn't stand for Deliverance, Doom, or Debarkation. It's simply a code word used to denote the day on which a combat attack or operation is to be initiated. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into history to take a comprehensive look at the events of D-Day, the longest day. From dawn to dusk, we'll examine the intricate details that led to the pivotal turning point of World War II. The world was literally shaken by World War II, a devastating struggle that raged from 1939 to 1945, consuming all of the globe's great powers in two intense alliances, the Allies and the Axis. It led to a state of total war where over 100 million people from more than 30 countries were drawn into the deadly fray. In this war, there were no boundaries. Economic, industrial, and scientific resources were harnessed like never before, blurring the lines between civilian and military domains. It remains the deadliest conflict in human history, with fatalities ranging from 50 to 85 million. The cruelty was primarily experienced by civilians in China and the Soviet Union. Aircraft redefined the rules of war, playing pivotal roles from strategic bombing to the development and horrific use of the world's first nuclear weapons. During World War II, Europe was a vortex of change and conflict. The Axis powers, led by Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy, quickly swept across the continent, subjugating nations and spreading a dark cloud of fear and oppression. Despite the dire situation, embers of resistance smoldered in the occupied territories, where brave men and women resisted the invaders in any way they could. Simultaneously, across the Channel, the Allies prepared for their counteroffensive. The pendulum of war began to swing, as from the east and the west, the Allies pressed forward with a single objective in mind: to liberate Europe and bring the war to an end. The Allied powers in World War II, an extraordinary alliance of nations, braved the onslaught of the Axis forces, their resolve unyielding. The resilient Chinese stood tall against Japanese aggression for over 8 grueling years. Despite a brutal occupation, the French resistance fiercely defied their German oppressors. On the Eastern Front, the Soviet Union's Red Army battled the German Wehrmacht, driven by a will to secure victory at all costs. The United Kingdom, standing on the brink of devastation, rose to the challenge, with the Royal Navy safeguarding the Atlantic from Germany's clutches. The attack on Pearl Harbor spurred the United States to action, and it exerted significant military and economic clout in the conflict. The Allies, distinguished by exceptional training, cutting-edge technology, and an indomitable spirit, fought relentlessly, their eyes on the prize, victory. It was through their blood, sweat, and tears that they would slowly turn the tide of war, each battle a step towards a brighter post-war world. The Allied forces faced a stark adversary in Hitler, whose voracious ambition cast a long and chilling shadow across Europe. His aim was clear: a greater Germany, one that encompassed every German-speaking individual. His rapid annexations of Austria, Czechoslovakia, and Poland were stark evidence of his lust for power, a sight that filled the Allies with dread for their sovereignty. The Allies were angered by Hitler's violent anti-Semitism, which led to the terrible events of the Holocaust and was viewed as an obvious breach of human rights. Germany's hasty military buildup and overt disdain for international treaties, particularly the Treaty of Versailles, sent a chilling message of impending conflict. But the Allies, in the face of Hitler's menacing rise, held on to an unwavering belief: they were the bulwark against the threat to democracy and freedom. It was this resolute spirit that propelled them into the perilous theater of war, fueled by an unwavering conviction in the righteousness of their cause. But before we continue, if you're enjoying this deep dive into history, please like this video, share it with your fellow history enthusiasts, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Germany during World War II, under the ruthless leadership of Hitler, was a formidable adversary. Its military, which was renowned for its strict discipline, demanding training, and modern technology, became a powerhouse to be recognized with. German factories, the industrial backbone of the nation, ceaselessly produced a vast array of military weaponry and equipment, fueling the war effort. German scientists, working tirelessly, brought forth innovation that transformed the fields of physics, chemistry, and engineering. Hitler's dream of a greater Germany knew no bounds. He conquered Austria, Czechoslovakia, and Poland, pursuing an expansionist agenda that cast an ominous shadow over the Allied powers. His anti-Semitic policies, crafted with chilling precision, aimed to annihilate the Jewish people, culminating in the horrific events of the Holocaust. This despicable act was a grim reminder of the depths to which hatred could plunge humanity, viewed by the Allies as a grave violation of fundamental human rights. The tantalizing tale of four remarkable figures that left indelible imprints on the canvas of history. On one side, the malevolent Adolf Hitler, whose reign of terror from 1933 to 1945 sent chilling ripples across the globe. The dictator's insatiable desire for power and land ignited the inferno of World War II, resulting in catastrophic devastation and unimaginable suffering. His reign ended in the bunker of Berlin in 1945. On the other side, the awe-inspiring Big Three: Joseph Stalin, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and Winston Churchill. Stalin, a figure inspiring fear and respect, held the vast Soviet Union in his iron grip from 1922 to 1953. Despite his brutal purges and ruthless policies, he led the Soviet Union to a significant victory in World War II, transforming his legacy into one of national reverence. He met his end in 1953. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd U.S. President. From 1933 to 1945, when he was president, he led his country through the troubled times of the Great Depression and World War II. His New Deal initiatives offered relief during the Depression, and his wartime leadership guided the Allies toward victory. His journey concluded in 1945, just as the World War was reaching its climax. Finally, we have Winston Churchill, a beacon of resilience, leading Britain from 1940 to 1945. His stirring speeches and unwavering determination kept the spirit of the British alive during the darkest hours of the war. He became the rallying cry that inspired a nation to resist and eventually triumph over adversity. Churchill's life ended in 1965, leaving behind an enduring legacy of leadership and perseverance. In the sweltering summer of 1943, amid the cruel grip of Nazi Germany over Europe, a pivotal choice was made. The Allies pinpointed the beaches of Normandy for an audacious invasion. The mission? Liberate Europe and tip World War II's scales in their favor. To shield their strategy, they spun Operation Bodyguard, a high-stakes disinformation campaign sowing fear and uncertainty along Germany's Atlantic Wall. Countless German spies were skillfully turned to aid in this elaborate deception. Two infamous double agents, Mutt and Jeff, fed Berlin faulty information about a phantom British Fourth Army, falsely preparing to invade Norway. This ruse led Hitler to move a fighting division away from the actual invasion site. Simultaneously, the Allies cast an illusory shadow of a vast force, the 1st U.S. Army Group in southern England. Using faux radio transmissions, fictitious soldier notices, dummy aircraft, and deceptive inflatable tanks, they created an illusion of troop buildup. Heightening the deceit, Lieutenant M.E. Clifton James, an actor and Montgomery's look-alike, made a publicized journey to Gibraltar, further confusing German intelligence. When D-Day dawned, the Allies intensified their aerial assaults and used radar-distorting aluminum ships, simulating an armada on the horizon. Even after the initial Normandy landing, the disinformation persisted, with Britain's trusted double agent suggesting Normandy was a diversion for an imminent Pas-de-Calais attack. This intricate web of deception helped the Allies secure a foothold in Europe, marking a turning point in World War II. D-Day, an unprecedented operation, encompassed a grand alliance of over 156,000 troops storming 5 distinct beachheads. Its exceptionalness lay in its sheer scale, meticulous planning, ingenious deception strategies, and its significant role in ending World War II, making it a pivotal, high-stakes gamble in the theater of war. The climactic twists of World War II unfolded with unnerving intensity. Hitler's strategies collapsed by the horrific Battle of Stalingrad, which turned the tide of the war in favor of the Allies. Germany's desperate last stand, the Battle of the Bulge, and the chilling liberation of concentration camps signaled the nearing end of Hitler's reign. The earth-shattering atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki brought unprecedented destruction, pushing Japan to the precipice of surrender. Amidst the chaos, the Soviets' declaration of war added another layer of tumult, sealing the fate of a world at war. D-Day, a somber day in history, reverberates with an uncertain death toll ranging from 4,400 to 12,000 lives. This chilling tally includes valiant Allied and formidable Axis soldiers, a stark testament to the enormous sacrifice. The battleground's chaotic nature shrouded the true cost, leaving the numbers a haunting mystery. This pivotal moment in World War II marked the onset of Nazi France's liberation, bringing a glimmer of hope to Allies. Today, the once serene beaches stand as solemn memorials to the heroes lost on that fateful day. And that's it for our comprehensive look at the events of D-Day. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more detailed historical analyses. Until next time, signing off.